only few of them become successful and influential leaders. Are they having any supernatural qualities? Are they having any secret? What's the secret of them in becoming a successful leader? Dear fellow Toastmasters and dear distinguished guests, welcome to this Toastmasters 850th meeting in which I'm going to tell you the secret of how to become a successful leader. But before going on with the points of how to become a successful leader, I will ask you a simple question. What comes to your mind for the first time when you hear the word leader? In my opinion, a leader is a confident and an honest person with 100% commitment to his works. There are basically three main qualities that are necessary for a person to be a successful leader, and that are confidence, honesty, and commitment. Now I will be explaining all of these qualities one by one with specific examples recorded in history. Now, let's go on with confidence. Suppose you are working in an organization. You are the leader of an organization, and your organization, the future of your organization is not so bright, and you may seem worrisome, and things may seem going out of your hands. Part of your job as a leader is to put out the fire and maintain the team morale. You are a role model for them. This reminds me of a very specific example about confidence that happened in 1980. In 1980, the US team was to contest the US men's hockey team was contesting its match against Soviet Union in Winter Olympics. Now, as you all know, at that time, Soviet Union was the undisputed powerhouse in men's hockey. All the audience polls were against US team because it was a mixture of amateur and collegiate players. On the contrary, Soviet Union had won about 6 out of 7 Olympics. Just before the match was about to start, the American coach, the US men's hockey team coach, Herb Brooks, called the team, gave them a speech in an inspirational manner by saying that you were born to be a player. You were meant to be here. This game is yours. Ladies and gentlemen, would you believe that after that, the US team went on to beat Soviet Union in the semi-final and went on to secure the Olympic gold in 1980. Now, let's go on with the second quality, which is honesty. Honesty is very important, and it is a quality that cannot be bought or sold, even for $1 million or $1 billion. After that, if you are a leader of an organization, then definitely your organization and your employees will be a reflection of yourself. And if you are having honesty and ethical behavior as your top priorities, then definitely not only your organization will be a success, but also you will step on the stairs of being a successful leader. This reminds me of a very good example of Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln, as you all know, was the late former US president. As Mary told Lincoln, had once quoted about Abraham Lincoln that he's almost monomaniac on the subject of honesty. Monomaniac, ladies and gentlemen. Afterwards, as a member of Illinois legislature, Abraham Lincoln went on expanding his constituency because of his reputation for honesty and fairness. And because of such noble names of honesty and integrity being associated with his name, it helped him win 4 consecutive terms in the legislature. Now let's go on quickly with the last quality, which is commitment. Commitment. Before expanding on the quality of commitment, I would like to make a short quotation. Life has 2 rules. Number 1, never quit. And number 2, never ever forget rule number 1. So, if you are a leader in your organization, and if you expect all your employees to be working as hard as possible, then you have to be a role model for them. There's no greater motivation for the employees in seeing the boss or the leader down in the trenches working as hard as everyone else. And this does not only gain the respect from your fellow employees by seeing your commitment, but it also helps them in installing inspiration from you and hard-working spirit towards their work. Now, a very short example of commitment could be a very common example of Toastmasters. Just 2 to 3 years ago, Toastmasters was a very junior club. It had very less members. There were only, as our president just told us that it was having only 7 to 8 members, or maximum about 15 members in one meeting, if it was a good day. So today we are seeing there are about 30 to 40 members in one meeting of ours, minimum, in this season. So we can see that it was the commitment of our president and our team members that made this possible, that made it possible for this Toastmasters Club to grow, that made it possible for a second Toastmasters Club, which is the Business Toastmasters, to be started. And it will be hopefully official in January. So, lastly, I would like to say one thing. If you want to become a successful leader, then you have to remember one thing. Always set a high bar for your people. Always believe in them, communicate with them, and then be amazed at what they can achieve. Off to you, Toastmasters of the evening. Thank you very much.